Right, the Champions League draw has just happened, so much so it's hot off the press. We've got the groups right in front of us. I'm joined by Dan and Anita. We're going to go through it, get our initial reactions, starting in Group A. Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli and Rangers. Dan, the one standing out for me, I'm looking forward to it already, Liverpool versus Rangers.
Yeah, it feels like when Rangers and Celtic are in Europe, there's always a battle of Britain in there. It's great to see Rangers and Celtic actually both in this Champions League draw. I think that's really good for Scotland that they're both there. And I feel like Liverpool and Celtic's quite friendly, so there's a chance that Rangers and Liverpool could be quite hostile there. But I think, Napoli have had a bit of a turbulent summer, lost a lot of players, not fully replaced any of them yet, so that they're going into the Champions League with a bit of turmoil going into there. But Ajax as well, obviously they've lost their manager, they've lost a few players as well. Potentially, at the time of the filming, they could lose some more as well. So I think Liverpool will be happy with that group. You'd expect them to come out on top, but there's some interesting matchups there.
I think initially, drawing out of it, it looks like maybe sort of set, but then as you go into it, like you said, Dan, that Ajax could lose some more players. Liverpool haven't had the best start to the season. Rangers in Europe just seem like a different outfit completely, don't they? So Napoli in there as well. Anita, what's your sort of reactions to Group A?
Yeah, Group A. Do you know what? I think I'll come to talk about this a little bit more towards the end of the segment, but it's just not screaming excitement to me. No? But I might stand corrected. I might be stand corrected because you said Liverpool and Rangers. You expect that to be a cracking game, especially atmosphere-wise. Yeah. Should be a really good game. I think Liverpool Napoli might be the not an underdog kind of match, but the expectation would be for Liverpool to win, and I think Napoli might just grab something maybe in the reverse fixture when Napoli are at home to Liverpool. We never know in that aspect. But again, it's just another group where I'm just like, okay, what's next?
Be interesting to see Ajax because they've been good in Europe over the last few years. But Ten Hag going, that will make a huge difference to them.
And if they lose their players as well, it's just
that's the interesting bit in that group. I think Ajax.
I'm really interested to see Rangers and like some of those performances in like knocking out Dortmund last.
Big
teams over there, and when Ibrox gets bouncing, I really think. I don't think that group's set at all. Like, if we did predictions now, which I'm not going to make you do, don't worry. But I think Rangers could maybe sneak a little second position in there.
I wonder what Steven Gerrard's thinking. Could have been Rangers at Liverpool.
He's having a good old time down in Villa anyway. Right, moving on. Group B. We won't stick too long on it. Maybe it's not the purest choice. Porto, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen, Club Brugge. Thoughts and feelings, guys?
Biggest takeaway from this is something that might not happen, so probably not great for a video, but I know Ronaldo's been heavily linked with Atletico Madrid. I think he'd go there. I think perhaps Simeone would like him, but the fan base doesn't seem to want him at all. We still, again, at the time of recording, don't know where Ronaldo's going to be. And just seeing them matched up with Porto, who obviously Ronaldo comes from Lisbon, it would be big if he went to Atletico and got to play against Porto in the Champions League. But you're right, when you look at the rest of the group, Leverkusen have lost all their games so far this season, so not a great start for them. There's nothing that really leaps out to me in that group other than I'd expect Atletico to be quite comfortable.
Imagine Ronaldo goes Atletico and actually does do what he did to Atletico to Porto. That would be absolutely amazing. I'm here for that narrative, Dan.
Right, let's move on to Group C. I mean, some huge names, and then Dan, I need you to help me out here.
Victor Plzen,
thank you very much. Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Victor
Plzen.
Yeah, I mean, Victor Plzen got to be going in as group favourites, I think, there.
Yeah, some nice days out there.
Yeah.
Some brilliant days out for them. That's a good group, purely because of Lewandowski. It's going to be really interesting to see him go up against his old team, Bayern, because he didn't leave under the best circumstances either. Yeah. Not that he's got a point to prove at all, because everyone knows what a fantastic goal scorer he is, but does he make Barcelona genuine contenders for the Champions League? Obviously, they've bought a lot of players in the summer. Lewandowski feels like they've gone back to that of having one of the best in their field, in their front three again now. So seeing him come up against Bayern, who maybe Bayern have underachieved a bit in the last few years in the Champions League, because they've had it so easy. There you go. Transfers over to the Champions League where they seem to struggle a bit with the intensity, but some good games in there. Inter with Lukaku back as well.
I mean, one of the biggest shocks from the last season's Champions League, wasn't it? Barca going out in the group stages, Barcelona in a Europa League draw was one of the most shocking things, I think, in football for the last 10-15 years. Bayern Munich, like you said, there or thereabouts. I mean, Lewandowski might be back at Bayern if Barcelona's financial. Are they going to pay? They're going to pay up. So what do we think in there? Top two pretty set, or maybe some little surprises in it?
You know what? I think we might get into Milan personally, and they played each other in the group stages last season, didn't they? Munich completely devastated them, and it was just a what on earth will be able to kind of fare up against Barcelona. Of course, they've got Lewandowski in now, they've got Rafinha in now, I understand, and they've managed to keep Ousmane Dembele. So it'll be interesting to see if Inter Milan can face up to Barcelona and see who will take that second spot. But first spot, completely Bayern Munich's for me.
Really?
Yeah, completely.
No one's mentioned Victor Plzen.
I couldn't give you one
Victor
of their
Plzen
players.
they might get a cheeky draw against Barcelona.
I might get behind them this year. Just
yeah.
You
want to get behind them?
Yeah,
their kit's pretty nice as well. I'll get you one.
Oh, thank you very much. Right, what a day I'm having. Right, Group D. Spurs are in there. They've got Frankfurt, who were the top seeds after winning the Europa League. Yep. Sporting Lisbon and Marseille. We're going to talk a bit about Spurs in another video, but just top line, it's looking very good for them, isn't it?
I've just wrote down lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely draw
if
for
you're
Spurs.
Spurs fan, you just think lovely.
When you do, I always speak about Football Manager, but when you're doing the draw and then you're doing the next team, you've always got someone you want in the draw, and I think that is the perfect draw for Spurs. With that, you like click Sporting Lisbon, yes, Marseille, yes, got them in. So, Anita, they should go through Spurs, but I always felt there's a but with Spurs.
We said that we'll talk about it in our next video when it comes to it. But Antonio Conte and Europe, there's just something there. Let's see if it clicks this season, but there's something there.
We'll delve more into that, like you said, in our next video. Group E, AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, Dinamo Zagreb. Anita, feeling good? Feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident with this one. I don't want to jinx it. Salzburg, they are a good team, but I think Salzburg will be fighting for that Europa League third spot. Chelsea, Milan, it can go either way for me. Yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident with Chelsea.
Group F, Real Madrid, Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk and Celtic. Dan, what are your feelings with that? Great to see Celtic back in there as well for those Champions League.
And they get to go to the Champions League holders as well. But the atmosphere in the home game for Celtic there will just be incredible against Real Madrid. Both teams have got incredible European history, incredible European pedigree in their past. So Leipzig haven't started great in the Bundesliga either. You know, they're going through a period of transition at the moment as well. Timo Werner, of course, who didn't really do it at Chelsea, he's back at Leipzig where he did so well. So, mate, it's quite, again, you know, you think Real Madrid are going to win that group, but you look at the rest of it and you think anyone could probably get second there.
It was sort of a slow start for Real Madrid in the Champions League last year, wasn't it? It wasn't until they got to those sort of knockout games where they really started to kick on. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing Celtic Real Madrid. I mean, that feels
classic.
Feels like a classic tie ahead. Group G, we got Manchester City, Seville, Borussia Dortmund and Copenhagen. Again, we're going to see City in another video, but I mean, I don't get much love in football anymore being a Birmingham City fan, so I've been following the career of Jude Bellingham intently. Dortmund going to Man City, but that does mean it's the Erling Haaland derby already. We're 2 months in, we're going to see it. Yeah,
looking forward to that one. That'll be a great game. Always a great atmosphere at the Dortmund home leg, obviously, as well there. So, yeah, obviously we'll talk about it more in another video. But Man City, Dortmund, Seville have had a good...
Always good in Europe.
They've had a good European time of late, so they'll probably be battling with Dortmund for second, but it's a relatively straightforward group, that, for Manchester City.
Right, rounding things off, we've got there. This is hot off the press reaction. So, Group H, again, I think Benfica could maybe sneak in a little second.
I would have said that they could have a second position if they still had Darwin Núñez there.
Yeah.
If they still had him there, then I would say, okay, it could be a battle for second. Because Juventus, again, without this, I know how big they are in Europe, but they're not at their peak anymore, and they haven't been for quite a while now. So, interesting battle with Benfica and Juventus, but I'm still going for Paris Saint-Germain to come out on top, Juventus to come out second, Benfica third. Literally just how it's literally been set out on the paper, innit?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.